Concept application exercise 2, question number 1. Start. Concept application exercise 2, question number 1. Start. Tell me the first one. State true or false. Two or more physical quantities are added or subtracted when their dimensions are same. I think we just did this and I told you this some time back. So can I say the answer for this particular question has to be true? This has to be true because when you add or subtract the same physical quantities, only then the dimension analysis will hold good. Otherwise, we cannot. Therefore, the first one answer will be true. Now, second one, start. If A plus B is equal to C minus D, then the dimension of A equal to dimension of B equal to dimension of C equal to dimension of D. Can I say it is true? Because only then the equation will be correct dimensionally. Then the equation will be correct dimensionally. Therefore, can I say for the second one, it is true? Third one. Supplementary units have no dimensions. True or false? Think about it.
False.
Supplementary units have no dimensions. Supplementary unit means it's an angle. Which are the two supplementary quantities that we know? The two supplementary quantities that we know are radian and steradian. Both are angles.
Yes.
And angles have units, but angles do not have dimension. Therefore, a physical supplementary units have no dimension is also true. Correct? Now, start with the fourth one. Start with the fourth. A physical quantity having unit must have dimension. A physical quantity having unit must have dimension. This is the question. I'm getting mixed answers for this. Try to answer. A physical quantity having unit must have dimensions. Answer is answer is false. Need not have dimensions. For example, plane angle is radian. Solid angle is steradian. Both these angles have unit. That is radian and steradian. But they do not have dimension. Okay. Now, fifth one. Start. A unitless quantity is dimensionless. A unitless quantity is dimensionless. That is the question. A unitless quantity is dimensionless. Answer is true. If a quantity does not have a unit, it will definitely not have a dimension. Correct? If a
Yes.
quantity does not have a unit, it will definitely not have a dimension. Therefore, answer will be true. Sixth. Tell me the answer for the sixth one. What they are saying, velocity and speed have the same dimensions. Do they have the same dimensions, velocity and speed? For that, you need to ask the question, do they have the same unit? Do they have the same unit? Answer is yes, they have the same unit because velocity is meter per second Speed is also meter per second. Therefore, if the unit is same, can I say the dimension also will be the same? If the unit is same, can I say the dimension will also be the same? Therefore, it is true. Now, seventh one, the dimensions of latent heat. You have not studied latent heat till now, correct? Have you studied in school? In the chapter heat, have you studied?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. If you have studied what is latent heat, go for it. If you have studied latent heat, go for it. Answer is true because that is the dimension of latent heat. Okay. But we have not studied it yet in our 11th and 12th. But answer is true. If you have studied in 10th standard in the chapter heat, then it is true. Otherwise, it is fine. Okay. So if you have not come across latent heat, then leave the question. If you have come across something called as latent heat, then answer will be true because you will find the unit and dimension matching. Is it clear? Remember, latent heat is not same as heat. It has some different formula. Okay. Clear? Any doubt in this particular set of question 1? Let me know. Okay. Question number 2, fill in the blanks, is your homework. Make a note. Question number 2, fill in the blanks, is your homework. Make a note. Question number 6, start solving now. Question number 6, start solving now. Okay. 6th one, anyone? Okay, I'm getting answers from some of you.
So can I solve mic? The dimension is.
I should solve it on the screen, you're saying?
No, I'm saying can I say it on the mic? The
Preferably put
dimension.
the answer in the message box because people are putting it. I got the answers from Nikhil, Jayom, Krish. Ish. Okay. Answer I think is correct. Should I do it, everyone? I think most of you, whoever has given the answer has given me the right answer. How to find the dimension of A and B? I think it is simple. You just have to
Yes.
equate.
Oh,
Okay. Can you solve question number 8 similarly? Can you solve question number 8 similarly? Find the dimension of physical quantity x in the equation. Force is equal to x upon density. Start. I have to find the dimensions, not unit. I have to get the answer for the dimensions. Question number 8. Okay. Can I do it or can you guys do it? Shall I do it or you can manage?
No need.
I've got the right answers from people who have answered. Others who are not answering, please let me know, because if you keep quiet, I'll assume that you got it and then I go to the next one. Okay, fine. Question number 10, your next homework. Question number 11, your next homework. Question number 10, your next homework. Question number 11, your next homework. Question number 16, start solving right now. Question number 16, start solving right now. Anyone getting the answer? Question number 16.
Sir, it is not correct.
16th
Sir,
one.
yes,
I should.
it is not correct.
You're asking, shall I solve it? You are saying that, or you're asking whether the answer is correct.
Sir, no, sir. We are telling you the answer that the equation is not correct. It's dimensionally not correct.
Answer is it is correct. Answer is correct. It is dimensionally correct. Now, I am asking you, are you getting it as correct?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Shall I start?
Yes.
What they have given with the usual notations, check whether S is equal to U plus correct. Now I think you might have not seen this equation. Now S is not displacement over here. S is the displacement at the tth second. That means displacement by time. Then can I say the equation makes sense?
Yes, sir.
It is
Yes, sir.
ST. It is not S. Maybe you don't know this equation as of now. It is the displacement at the tth second. Therefore, this unit will be meter per second because it is displacement at that particular second.
Sir, now it is correct.
Then can I say the equation becomes correct? But if the equation was only S, then can I say immediately I can say it is wrong because S is meter, U is meter per second. Otherwise, this was anyway not a question at all because this is out. S and U are not correct, but S, T and U are correct. S, T and U are correct. Now can I say your equation matches and your equation becomes dimensionally correct? Clear?
Yes.
Oh, good. Now, 17th question. Listen to me and I want you to solve it properly. That is the last question. Listen to me properly. What they are saying, time period of a liquid depends on surface tension S. I don't know how much it depends on surface tension S, therefore S power A. For people who don't know the formula for surface tension is force upon length. Now it becomes easy. Surface tension is force upon length. Continue. It also depends on radius. I don't know how much it depends on radius. So radius power B. And it also depends on the density of the liquid. Density, I don't know how much it depends on. So density power C. Now they are asking find the expression, means find the value of A, B, and C. For people who don't know the formula for density also, let me write it down. It is mass upon volume. Now can I say it becomes easier for you to do it? Because only thing that you would not know would be surface tension. And I know surface tension is force upon length. Can I say surface tension is force upon length? Now
Yes.
using this knowledge, try to get the expression for time period. Start.
Okay, sir.
Start solving. I'm getting answers. I'm getting some answers. I've written the answer. Tell me if you're getting this. Minus half, 3 by 2 and half. That is the value for A, B, and C. Lavni is correct. Title correct. Nikhil correct. Others try to answer. Priyanshu, I will do it. I will do it. Shall I start? Shall I do it a little bit so that you get some starting? Okay. Now, can I say from this T is equal to K S power A R power B density power C. Now, what is the dimension of time? Can I say dimension of time will be T itself? Dimension of time will be T itself is equal to K. Now, surface tension is force upon length, correct? Now, what is force? Kg meter per second square upon length is meter. Therefore, can I say force surface tension will be nothing but kg second power minus 2. Kg is mass, second power minus 2 power A, correct? Now, radius means only
Yes.
length, therefore length power 1b, and density is mass upon volume. Mass is kg, volume is meter cube. Therefore, can I say m1 L power minus 3 power C? This is the first step. Tell me, all of you are getting this step at least. Okay. Now, next step, T equal to K m power A T power minus 2A L power B and m power C L power minus 3C. Getting it all of you till here? Easy. Now what you need to do? Now I need to take T again over here is equal to K. Can I say m power A plus C for m? L power B minus 3C. So m power A and m power C is done. L power B, L power minus 3C is done. And T power minus 2A. I'll erase the top part. Okay. So T equal to, or let me compare the coefficient of M, L, and T. First, M, A plus C is equal to 0 because there is no M. L will be B minus 3C equal to 0. And T is minus 2A equal to 1. Getting this much? Now,
Yes.
from this equation, can I say A is equal to minus half? Getting this much? Now, A equal to minus half, if I put in this equation, so it will become minus half plus C equal to 0. Therefore, C is equal to half. Therefore, I got A is equal to minus half and I got C is equal to half. Continue. Now, B minus 3C equal to 0 or B equal to 3C or B is equal to 3 by 2. Therefore, I get the answer A as minus half, C as half, and B as 3 by 2. Getting it, all of you? Look at it clearly and let me know if you guys can manage. look at it clearly and let me know if you guys can manage. Okay. Now, next topic is significant figures in the module, page number 13. We have done lot of significant figures, correct? We have done lot of examples also of significant figures. Now, on page number 13, can you look at all the examples? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Can you look at all 14 examples and tell me if you can manage all 14? Read it right now. In your module, page number 13, look at significant figures and let me know whether you can manage all 14. Read the topic. We have anyway done significant figures and let me know.
Sir, done.
Okay. Now the next topic. Sure, everyone clear? We have done lot of.
Yes, sir.
Now check rounding off also all the examples. That is topic number 8. Tell me if you can manage rounding off. Correct? One more minute, then we go to the next topic. No, Nikhil. In that chapter, there is only one thing: types of forces. 4 types of forces. Fundamental. Only that one. Nothing else. Now, have we done page number 14? Have we done significant figures in calculation? Tell me, have we done this topic? In addition, subtraction, what happens? Multiplication, division, what happens? We have done that, correct? Have I done it last class? What happens when you add? What happens when you subtract? What happens when you multiply? What happens when you divide? Tell me, have we done this topic, yes or no? Page number 14. Okay, perfect. Have we done order of magnitude? Have we done order of magnitude?
No.
No, sir.
Okay, we have not done order of magnitude. Now listen, order of magnitude is given little wrong in this book, and surprisingly, it is given correct in the state book. Okay. Now, easy. Everyone listen, very easy concept, order of magnitude. Now, whenever you see a number of this form, a into 10 power n, whenever you see any number of this form where a has to be between 0.5 and 5, whenever you see a number of the form a into 10 power n, where a is of the form or a is between 0.5 and 5, then n is your order of magnitude. N is your order of magnitude. I'll explain. First, make a note. Whenever you see any number in the form of a into 10 power n, whenever you see any number in the form of a into 10 power n, first you should check whether a is between 0.5 and 5. First, you have to check whether a is between 0.5 and 5. If the answer is yes, then whatever 10 is raised to, whatever power 10 is raised to, that is called as order of magnitude. That is called as order of magnitude. Okay? That is called as order of magnitude. For example, what is speed of light? Speed of light is 3 into 10 power 8, correct? Meter per second. Now, first you have to ask yourself whether it is in this form, a into 10 power n. Answer is correct, yes. Now, is a, that is 3, between 0.5 and 5?
Yes.
Yes. Then your order of magnitude is 8, not 10 power 8. Your order of magnitude is only 8. Easy.
And
Now,
sir,
my question to you is, what is order of magnitude of charge of an electron? Put your answer in the message box. What is order of magnitude of charge of an electron? What is order of magnitude of charge of an electron? Lavnish, correct. Saish, sign. Nikhil, correct. Title, you are giving an answer of mass of an electron. I have given you charge of an electron. Priyanshu, correct. Samarth, correct. Title, now you are correct. Can I say charge of an electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19, correct? This is the value. Now, 1.6 is between 0.5 and 5. Answer is yes. Therefore, order of magnitude is minus 19. Order of magnitude is minus 19.
okay.
So, first one answer is 8. Second one answer is minus 19. Now, I will give you 4 examples on the screen. You will have to tell me what is the order of magnitude of all 4. Okay. Start. Give me the answers for all. What is the order of magnitude in each case? Shall we start? Okay. Now, I'll go one by one. Okay. The first question is 8.5 into 10 power minus 16. Now, is it of the form a into 10 power n? Answer is yes. It is of the form a into 10 power n. Is a between 0.5 and 5? Answer is no. A is not between 0.5 and 5. It is what? 8.5 into 10 raised to minus 16. Correct? Now, my question is, we cannot say no, there is no order of magnitude. You can never tell that. You have to convert this into form of 0.5 to 5. Therefore, I'll shift one decimal point here. Therefore, it will become 0.85 into 10 power minus 15.
Yes.
So now can I say it is just one more way of representing the same number? It is one more way of representing the same number. Therefore, 0.85 into 10 power minus 15. Now, is it of the form a into 10 power n? Yes. Is a between 0.5 and 5? Yes, because 0.8 is between 0.5 and 5. Therefore, my order of magnitude is minus 15. Therefore, answer for the first one is minus 15. Now tell me how many of you got this right? Reply yes. Got this right. No one? Okay. Second one. 6.23 into 10 power 12. Now 6.23 into 10 power 12. Now again the same question will arise. Is it of the form a into 10 power n? Yes. But is a between 0.5 and 5? Answer is no. So I can make it 0.623 into 10 power 13. Can I write it like this? 6.23 into 10 power 12 can be written as 0.623 into 10 power 13. Now, can I say this number is between 0.5 and 5? Answer is yes. Therefore, can I say n is equal to 13? Therefore, can I write over here n is equal to 13? Clear? Now, can I say n is equal to 13? Therefore, my first answer is minus 15. My second answer is 13. The first answer is minus 15. My second answer is 13. Now, tell me answer for the third. Tell me answer for the third.
-1.
Can I say directly it is -1 because this
Yes.
number is directly between 0.5 and 5. This number is directly between 0.5 and 5. Therefore, can I say directly the answer is -1? No. Fourth one. Tell me the answer for the fourth one. Now, 81 into 10 power 16. Now, 81 into 10 power 16. Zero 0.5 and 5. So 8 will be 0.55. Therefore, what will 0.5 and 5? It will be 0.81 into 10 power. This is 16. This will be
18.
17. This will be 18. Now, can I say it is of the form
Yes.
a into 10 power n? Now, can I say it is of the form a into 10 power n? Now, a right now is between 0.5 and 5. Therefore, n is equal to 18. Therefore, order of magnitude is 18 for this particular question. Okay. Now, page number 15. Come to page number 15 in your module. Come to page number 15 in your module. See illustration 15. See illustration 15. And let me first explain what is the logic and then you guys solve it, okay? Page number 15, illustration 15. See here, the diameter of a circle, please look at the screen. The diameter of a circle is 2.486 meters. The diameter of a circle is 2.486 meters. Calculate the area with respect to significant figures, and they have said pi is equal to 3.142. Okay. Now tell me, what is the formula for area of a circle with respect to diameter? Area of a circle is pi r square, but r is equal to d by 2. Therefore, can I say it will become pi d square by 4? Clear? Now tell me, if you are doing multiplication and division, can I say your answer has to be in as many significant digits as the least significant digits of the question? Now tell me, how many significant digits does the diameter have? Look at the question and tell me.
4.
How many significant digits does the diameter have? Can I say 4? Check. And
Yes,
how many
sir, 4.
significant digits does pi have in the question? 4. Therefore, can I say my answer also should have 4 significant digits? That according to the rule, my answer also should have 4 significant digits. Okay. Now solve it. You will get some answer which will not be in 4 significant digits. Convert it into 4 significant digits and tell me the answer. Answer is anyway there in the module, but I want you to solve it and tell me whether you're getting it. Okay, start. Okay. Now, when you do pi d square by 4, please look at the screen. They have done it in the book. They are getting the answer as 4.8539. Okay. I'm telling you. Now, listen to me. Now, how many significant digits are there over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I have to give the answer only up to 4 significant digits. Why? Because in the question, the least number of significant digits for one particular term is 4. Therefore, tell me, it will become 4.85. Now 9 is greater than 5, correct? Therefore, the previous term will get plus 1. Therefore, my answer is 4.854. Is it easy?
Yes.
Understood how to do it? Okay, switch on your camera, everyone. Switch on your camera. Quick. Now,
1 second.
illustration 16 is your homework. Similarly, illustration 16 is your homework. Illustration 17 is also your homework. Illustration 17 is also your homework. Now, last 5 to 10 minutes, okay? Last 5 to 10 minutes. I'll not give you any other break. We'll finish it a little early, okay? We have done errors, correct? We have done errors. You know that mean error, absolute error, mean absolute error, relative error,
Yes, sir.
percentage error. Correct. Now, making use of that, I'm not telling you to solve it. I'm just telling you to look at it. Tell me if you can manage illustration 19 on page number 18. Start. Can you manage illustration 19 on page number 18? Start and tell me yes or no. Look at the question.
Sir,
Try
page
to
number?
solve.
Yes, sir.
Come
We
again.
can manage.
Okay.
Page
Start.
number?
Page number 18, illustration 19. Illustration 19 on page number 18.
Sir, can we round it off?
Hmm?
Can we round it off?
Yes, you can. Your answer should come approximately 1.5. Can you try that?
Okay, sir.
Approximately 1.5. We have done many problems, right? We have done so many problems on this
Yes, sir.
errors. Hmm? Done. You know, once you're done, just put a dot. Finished, please put a dot indicating that you have finished or you have understood. Or if you want me to intervene, let me know, I will do it. Okay. Come to the next page and see illustration 22. Start solving. This I want you to solve and get the answer. I want you to solve this, not just read it. I want you to solve
Okay, sir.
this. Page number 19, illustration 22. Page number 19, illustration 22. Start. Yes. Done, all of you? Please confirm. Okay, now,
Sir, approximately
very quickly.
0.1.
Approximately, yes. Approximately, if you're doing, then that is the answer. Very quickly, okay? Very quickly, turn the page number 21. Come to page number 21. Very quickly, come to page number 21. In that, can you see concept application exercise 3? Can you see that? In that, write the number of significant digits in the following numbers. How many numbers are given? 10. I want you to write all 10, check the answer behind and tell me if you have got all 10 right. Start. Understood my question? Get the answer for all 10. Compare your answer with the book back. And tell me your answer will be on page number 48. Okay, answers are on page number 48. And tell me whether you can manage or do you get the right answers. Start. Page number 21. Concept application exercise 3. In that, question number 1.
Sir, what is eighth one?
What happened?
Eighth one.
Eighth one, actually answer will be 1.
Okay.
Very good, Priyanshu. Others confirm whether you've got all correct. If you've got anything wrong, please see what is your mistake. Even if you're not able to understand, then ask me, then I'll tell you what exactly is the mistake.
Okay, sir.
Sir, all correct.
All correct? Okay.
Yes.
Turn the page. Second question, take it as homework. Second question, take it as homework. Okay, with that, we will stop for today. Fine. I think we did good amount of things today. I think we had a good class today. Big class. Okay, fine. So I will see you next week. This Sunday, you will have an exam, fundamental physics, foundation physics, that is. I hope you are clear with the portion. Differentiation, integration, vectors. In other words, whatever I have done, please revise. If you are not having any lecture recordings, I think I'll try to arrange. If not, you have to do these 3 topics only. Differentiation, integration, and okay.
Bye, sir.
Thank
you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. I will
Thanks
see
a
you.
lot, sir.
Bye, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you,
maybe
sir.
assign
Bye,
TSG.
sir.
Not yet, not yet. He will sign now, but okay. Okay. Thank you, everyone, and bye bye.
Bye bye, sir.